अस्सलाम वालेकुम dear students. उम्मीद है आप सब खैरियत से होंगे. Previously we discussed many topics related to the entrepreneurship. We discussed the financing, we discussed the fundings, we discussed many other major topics. But the topic which we are going to discuss today, it is very much important. The topic is intellectual property. So intellectual property is commonly known as IP. For example, just imagine you create a new business, idea or a design or a logo, or you write a book, or you compose some specific song, or you invent a machine. So these are not the physical items like land or building, but they are still valuable. They belongs to you because they came from your mind. That is why we need protection for these creations. So intellectual property will guides you, or will helps you, or will helps an entrepreneur to protect their ideas, to protect their inventions, and to protect their brands from being copied by the others. So without this protection, someone could easily steal your idea and earn the profit because it was your hard work. So let's understand this important concept step by step with the different examples or stories which I'll be using in my lecture. So intellectual property means creation of mind, like idea invention, the brand name, the music, the book or designs that belong to the person who created them. Just like physical property, I start with a story. Ali is a university student who designs a new mobile app that helps the student to manage their assignments. If someone copies his app and sells it without the permission, so Ali will lose his effort and the profit. Understood? Intellectual property laws will protect the Ali's idea and give him the ownership. If I talk about in a more simple way, so in simplest wording, if you create something with your mind, it belongs to you. Right? So importance, if we talk about the importance of IP, intellectual property, so it is very much important for an entrepreneur and businesses even, because it protects the innovation, it encourages the creativity. There are several reasons that why we should move towards the IP or the intellectual property. So the first major reason is it protects the business ideas from being copied by the competitors. Second reason can be it helps the businesses to earn the profit from their inventions. And third, they can build the trust and reputation in the market. And the fourth, it encourages the innovation, it encourages the product development, new product development as well. Fifth, it will increase the value of the business. For example, a company spends years developing a new medicine. If another company copies the same formula without the permission, so the original company will lose the money. Right? So intellectual property protection will prevent this particular situation. For example, if you talk about the more simplest example, I will give you like a small bakery owner created a unique chocolate cake recipe. Customer loved it. If another bakery steals the same recipe and sells the same cake, the original bakery will lose the customers. So protecting the intellectual property will help the bakery keep its competitive advantage. And what are the major mistakes we make in, with regard to the intellectual property? Many entrepreneurs make mistakes because they do not understand the IPs. They do not understand the intellectual property properly. And what they do like if I number the mistakes, so mistake number one they do is fails to protect their ideas early. For example, an entrepreneur shares a new business idea publicly before registering it, and someone else copies it, right? So other mistake can be like not conducting the proper research before launching a product. For example, a company launches a product with a logo that is already registered by another company. This is the major mistake. So mistake number 3 can be ignoring the legal protection. For example, a designer creates a logo but do not register it. So competitors will copy the design, right? So another mistake can be revealing the trade secrets to your employees, to the outside customers or to the outsiders. For example, an employee learns a secret formula, and if that particular employee shares it with another company, how can you get your property? How can you protect your property? So another mistake is, and the last, assuming intellectual property protection is automatic worldwide. For example, a business registers a trademark in one country but believes it is protected everywhere, which is not true. So these mistakes can cause the financial losses and the legal problems. So if we talk about it, what are the categories or the kinds or the types of intellectual property? So I must say there are many or the four major types of intellectual properties that can encourage an entrepreneur to understand specifically, and that every entrepreneur should understand. The first one is patent, next we have the trademark, third we have the copyright, and the last we have the trade secrets. So if we discuss it one by one, first we have the patents. Patents will protect the new inventions or the discoveries. It gives the inventors the exclusive right to make, to use, and to sell the invention for a certain period of time. A certain period can be usually 20 years. So if I give you the simplest example for this particular concept of patent, if someone invents a new type of smartphone battery that lasts like twice as long as current batteries, so they can get a patent. This means no one else can produce or sell that battery without permission. If I give you another simplest example with a short story even, Sarah invented a machine that cleans solar panels automatically. She applied for a patent, and after receiving the patent, other companies could not copy her machine. She started selling the product and earning the profit from her invention, right? So this is how the patents work. So next we have the types of patents. There are majorly three types of patents. First we have the utility patent. Utility patent basically protect how something works or how it is made. These are the most common type of patent. For example, a new washing machine that uses less water and less electricity, right? This is the kind of patent. So the next we have the design patent. Design patent basically protects how something looks, how it shapes, and how it decorated. For example, the unique shape of a perfume bottle, this is the design patent. The third category is plant patent. Plant patent basically protects the new type of plants like created without seeds, just like by cutting or by cloning. For example, a new variety of rose plant developed in a nursery. So this will be the plant patent. Now the major agenda is who can apply for a particular patent. So there are three types of people who can apply for a patent. First, the inventors can apply. Inventors like those persons or the ones who are actual creator of that particular invention. After the inventors, we have the assignees. These are those companies or the individuals who will receive the right from the inventor. Third, legal representatives can also apply. These are basically, legal representatives are basically the authorized persons like lawyers who apply on behalf of inventor. For example, a scientist invents a new machine while working in a company. So the company may apply for the patent because the invention was developed during the employment. So what is the process? Next, you may ask the question that how can we apply? What is the process of obtaining a patent? Obtaining a patent involves these several steps. Let's understand them in a sequential way. The first one step will be determine the patentability. Inventor must check whether the invention is new, whether the invention is useful, or whether it is obvious or not obvious. right? So step 2 will be searching the existing patent. Inventor will search the existing patents to make sure the invention is unique. The third step will be prepare the patent application. A detailed application is prepared describing the invention. And after the third step, we have the fourth step, which is filing the application. Application is submitted to the patent office. This is filing the application. And after the fourth step, we have the fifth step, which is patent examination. Patent office basically will check whether the invention meets the legal requirement. This is the patent examination, right? So after this fifth step, we have the step number 6, which is respond to the objections. If there are many issues, the inventor must provide the clarification, right? So after the sixth step, we have the seventh step, which is patent grant, which is the final step. If the patent is approved, the patent is granted and giving the exclusive right for about 20 years. For example, if a company develops a new agricultural machine, after completing these steps, these all 7 steps, it will receive a patent and becomes the only company which is allowed to produce that particular machine. So after the patent, we have the trademark, which is the second part of IP. Trademark is basically a word, a logo, a symbol or a design which helps the people to recognize the brand. It basically shows that a product comes from a specific company and it helps it stand out from the competitors. For example, you all drink Pepsi. So Pepsi logo or the word Pepsi is actually the trademark. The name and the logo of specific brand like the Tapal tea, which tell the customer about the product, is from Tapal, not any other company. So this is the trademark. If I give you another example, like for example, Ahmed started a clothing brand and he created a unique logo. Customers began recognizing his brand, and later another shop copied the same logo. Ahmed registered his trademark and the court stopped the other shop from using it. This is how the trademark will work. So if we talk about the types of trademark, we have the different types of trademark. The product mark, the service mark and the other. And what is the product mark? Product mark is used for goods or physical products. Like we have the logo on a biscuit packet, right? So after the product mark, we have the service mark. Service mark will be used for the services instead of products. For example, a courier company logo. This is the service mark. Next, we have the collective mark, and collective mark will be used by a group or the organization to show the membership. For example, we have the symbol, and a symbol showing a person is a registered doctor. So certification mark will used to show that a product meets the specific standard. For example, halal certification logo on food products. This is the certification mark, right? The product is halal. Next, we have the trade dress. Trade dress will protect the appearance or packaging of a product. As you know, the word dress representing the appearance or the packaging. For example, the color and packaging design of a detergent brand. So after the this particular mark, we have the copyrights, which is the another IP. Copyright basically protects the original creative works, or like books, like music, like movies, like softwares. If you develop all these things, it gives the creator basically the exclusive right to reproduce and distribute the work. For example, when an author writes a book, they own the copyright to that book. Others cannot print, others cannot sell, or other cannot copies without the permission. For example, if a student wrote a research paper and uploaded it online on a Scholar or somewhere else, another person will copy the paper and claim it as their own work. So copyright law will protect the original author from such misuse. Next, we have the trade secrets. Trade secrets will protect the confidential business information, the recipe that gives the company a competitive advantage. Unlike patents, unlike trade secrets, or unlike patent or other trademark, etc., trade secret will remain protected as long as they remain secrets. If the secret is out, it cannot be protected more. It can be a secret recipe or a formula which can be used by a company. The recipe of Coke, as you know, this is one of the most trade secret in the world. And if we talk about any other example, we have the restaurant owners who created a special spice mix that customers loved. So instead of sharing the recipe publicly, he kept it secret. And this secret will become the, restaurant's competitive advantage. So intellectual property protects ideas and inventions which are created by the individual or the businesses. And if I summarize the patent, so patent will protect the inventions. And if I summarize the trademark, so trademark will protect the brand name and the logo. And if I summarize the copyright, it will protect the, creative works. Trade secrets will protect the confidential business information. So entrepreneur must protect their intellectual properties so that they can secure their businesses, they can, maintain the competitive advantage, and they can earn the long-term profit. Dear students, just remember few things. In today's, knowledge economy, ideas are very, more valuable than machines. So protecting your idea is very much important. Please think about this particular factor. Thank you.